Hey guys, welcome back to Truspace. This is Herth, and today we're going to be doing our weekly horoscope. This weekly horoscope is for the 22 all the way to the 30th of January 2020. So let's get started. Well, before we get started, we should mention how we just went through a full cycle when it comes to the sun transiting through Capricorn, and the sun was not only transiting through Capricorn, but we got a bunch of other stuff transiting through Capricorn. We had Mercury go through Capricorn, we have Venus retrograding in Capricorn, we have Vesta, the asteroid, in Capricorn, and we had all these energies going in Capricorn. So when the sun entered there, this is when we really started paying attention to initiating the practicality, the structure, the boundaries, the restriction we would like to receive in our material realm, because Capricorn deal with coming up with the plan that deals with initiating that practicality, that business, that status, aka how do we want to be seen as people. This is why even people like to call people as goats, rappers, and things of that nature, because we start first at the first house, Aries, the lamp of God. Then we build up all the way into Taurus, second house, third house, Gemini, fourth house, Cancer, fifth house Cancer, and then the fourth house is Cancer, and then the fifth house is Leo, and then the sixth house is Virgo, and then you climb up all the way to get to the highest point in the chart, which what the astrologer like to call it, and then they call that the mid-heaven, which is how you want to be seen, how you want to be or how you could be seen, or your career or your status, because it's the furthest point out, which plays out as the most external things out to you versus the most internal things to you, because the most internal thing to you is going to be around the spring and the summer season, while the fall and the winter is going to be the most external out, because it's more further out, is what people could see, if you kind of understand what I'm talking about. So while we're doing all this in Capricorn energy, and Pluto's there too, so we're transforming, we're going to do this epic major transformation. And when you hear all about the PP loans, government bailing out companies, natural disasters, well, not so many natural disasters, but the economical disasters, people losing their jobs, people quitting, the government providing money for everybody. This is like Pluto in Capricorn transforming all these things, because the old outdated structure, the old outdated business, stocks, bonds, and all these things from the previous times, they no longer work. So Pluto's transforming all these things. And when we had this major stellium in Capricorn, that's when we're really paying attention and taking action of building the type of boundaries, restriction we would like to receive. It comes to initiating this business, the structure, the status, how we could be seen in a completely different way. And if you were putting in the work, you would know that you cannot come up with anything that's outdated. You cannot come up with anything from the old world, regular jobs and things of that nature, because that's not what the universe wants us to do. It wants to innovate, considering the fact that everything just right now is moving to Aquarius, the sun, and things of that nature. But while we're doing all this in Capricorn season, we experienced the full moon in Cancer, because the full moon in Cancer deal with us initiating and expressing a new form of emotions and feeling, to nurture ourselves, to connect with ourselves, to make ourselves to give meaning and reasoning to our feelings and emotions, try to make ourselves feel comfortable, aka nurture ourselves. That's how the Cancer energy could play, almost like a cry baby. You could have cried in the full moon, you could have been so stressed out and things of that nature, because all these emotions were pouring out while the sun was transiting through Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. And the whole benefit of having the sun enter a house and then experiencing the full moon, this gives us the ability to be able to look at two different things from the opposing sides, because the sun is us selecting and paying attention to Capricorn like things, building infrastructure, business, creating boundaries and restriction around this material realm and initiating a new plan. But while the full moon is giving us the emotional awareness to nurture ourselves, the emotional awareness to not forget our home, domestic issues, our emotional spot, our soft spot. Because while we're doing all these things in Capricorn energy, nature is cold and dry. So all these energies towards building this infrastructure could make us restricted, could make us cold, harsh, restrictive, dry, aka separate ourselves from everybody. And the full moon in Cancer, that's almost like an awakening call to hey, you gotta pay attention to your heart area, your domestic issues, what makes you feel good. I understand you're trying to pay attention and create all these things, and I know I'm transforming Pluto, all these in Capricorn, but you gotta learn to balance things out. This is why the full moon always happens opposite where the sun is, and when the new moon comes, it's literally us on Earth, Gaia, Malakuth, whatever you want to call it, facing the sun directly. We're in the same spot and there's no distance between us, which creates the new moon, aka we don't see our reflection or the reflection of the body water we stand on. But when we start moving away from the sun, aka create a 180 degree, this is when we see our full body of water from Earth reflecting sunlight, creating the, what do you want to call the moon, the full moon. And the distance and the closeness of the sun and the moon traveling, this is where you get the concept of new moon and full moon and things of that nature. So that's what's happening during the week. And obviously we got a bunch of things going on. Uranus in Taurus, it went direct, so this is go time to build these things. We're this new unique way to achieve this material realm or these possession or the new ways of earning money that we want. But either way, this week is important because this is the week is building up to the new moon Aquarius, and the new moon Aquarius is to bring a whole new emotional energies of, after we already released everything in Cancer, dealing with making ourselves feel comfortable, our domestic issues, our emotional spot. So then this new full moon is going to bring us a new emotional upgrade when it comes to the way we are like to be fixated, determined, or sometimes stubborn about our way of communication, our way of networking, our way of analyzing. And we like to do that in a fixed way. So we take one idea and we take it far out, and we want to see how many ideas we want to connect it, aka the power of association, both physically and mentally. It plays out mentally as you taking this idea, associating them together. And then it plays out through Aquarius or people as you taking this person ability, and then combining it together, aka the power of association. And if you know anything about like the peace dealer, he was creating the whole I think that he calls it some group, like an astrologist, the group of the mystical association, I think mystical clear or something along these lines. He was literally creating his superpower Aquarius group full of astrologists, healer, all type of shit. So that's when the new moon is gonna bring in. The new moon is gonna bring you a new ways to approach these inventive, abstract, which could be quite rebellious type of thoughts, and whatever area and your association too, and whatever house you have it in is where you're gonna experience this new emotional refreshment when it comes to utilizing this fixated air energy. For example, I'm gonna have the new moon in Aquarius in my third house, so I'm gonna experience a new refreshed ways of utilizing fixed air, ways of communication, analyzation, and networking, and abstract, and learn how to utilize my abstract thought, which could be quite rebellious when it comes to my communication, my things going on with my close proximity, my early education, curiosity, and things of that nature, which is very helpful because having Aquarius in the third house, this is a lot of fightings going on with your siblings, a lot of rebellious thought, and you acting too rebellious in the area of 3D surroundings, it could be quite unnecessary. So I have to learn this the hard way, and I feel like the new moon is going to bring a new approach to these things. But either way, so this week is the build up to the new moon, it's gonna actually feels really good compared to the last week. So we had the full moon and we had this whole cycle of releasing these things. But either way, so the weekly horoscope from the 22 all the way to the 30th of January. So on Monday the 24th, we're gonna be experiencing the moon in 11 degrees Libra, which is gonna be it's going to be squaring Pluto in 26-degree Capricorn. And we know, so we're right now going to be emotionally reacting to initiating cardinal air, aka being harmonious, creating thoughts, ideas, and communication about balancing things out, which is what we love and appreciate. This is where our moon is, aka we're gonna act as the scale of justice, Libra, Ma'at. Like if you ever wanted to see the scale of justice, like in Egyptian cultures and things of that nature, go talk to a Libra. A Libra will literally show you the meaning of how to balance out your relationships. Real life shit. Something I had to learn from, because I'm an Aries, they're opposites. So our moon, our emotional natures right now is dealing with balancing, being harmonious, and connecting with the people and being friendly, just for the sake of Venus, what we love and appreciate. This is why Libras, they be communicating and talking to people for no reason, just for the sake of Venus, aka what they love and appreciate. So it makes them different from other air signs. But either way, the moon in Libra is going to be squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So a square is literally what you want to call like learning opportunities, because a square is an angle, and sometimes it's very hard for us to approach something, specifically like Pluto in Capricorn, because Pluto in Capricorn wants us to transform our business, our status, the way we initiate practical earth and things of that nature. But our emotional reaction is right now dealing with the realm of air, being more friendly, being more communicative, just for the sake of communication, which is what Pluto in Capricorn does not like. This is where Capricorns and Libras do not agree, because Capricorns are trying to create restriction and boundaries when it comes to achieving the material realm, while Libras just want to communicate and initiate new ways of network and connect with the people through the thought realm, being friendly and being harmonious. So right now our emotion is going through a major learning opportunity where it comes to what we need to do to transform our status and business. So don't make sure that whatever you have Pluto in Capricorn, pay attention to that area of life so you could transform it. For example, I have it in my second house, so I gotta learn how to transform my money, my possession, my ability to earn money, and also my values, which is gonna really help me achieve that Pluto transformation in my second house by changing my values, the way I decide to earn money and things of that nature. And make sure that my moon in Libra, which is in my 11th house in the area of association, friends and groups and whatnot, does not flunk me out or get me lost trying to pay attention to these areas too much, because it's going to make me ignore what's going on in my second house, which is what I really need to transform. So moon in Libra square Pluto in Capricorn, emotional emotional harmony, but it's going to go through learning opportunities when it comes to transforming your status. Also, the moon 11 degree Libra is going to be in conjuncting Neptune and Pisces. So while we're emotionally reacting to be harmonious, to be friendly, we want to act as the scale of justice, Ma'at, what's going to happen is going to be in conjunction, a blind spot. While we're trying to be harmonious, we may misunderstand the dreams and the illusion and the transcendental experiencing that we're receiving from Neptune and Pisces, because Neptune and Pisces right now is in the Neptune's our third eye, so it's how we travel in the dream realm, the emotion visionary realm, through connecting with the whole collective and things of that nature. And in Pisces, it is very mutable. We're feeding all type of vibes, informations, and we're receiving all type of visions, imaginations, and things like that. This is what like Pisces like to give meaning and reasoning to the dreams and illusion, because they love and appreciate these things, and this is the same energy that will get you lost in that energy. So the moon being in Libra, we're gonna go through a major misunderstanding, or almost like a blind spot going on with the dreams and illusion we're understanding, because Libra is more logic based, even though it's ruled by Venus, so it may not understand these dreams and illusion that we're receiving and Neptune and Pisces. So definitely watch out for that. Also, Mars is going to move into 0 degree Capricorn, which is going to sextile Jupiter and Pisces. So Mars deals with our passions, deal with our desires, our action. Mars commands. And what is Mars commanding right now? Mars is commanding the initiation of carnal earth. giving birth, ushering in new form of structure, new form of boundaries, restriction that you would like to receive when it comes to your plan or business or your status. So that's what Mars wants us to do right now. Mars is commanding us to take actions on our business. All these things we're building up and planning while the sun was in Capricorn and Pluto and Mercury and things of that nature. Right now, Mars is coming from the back end, because Mars was in Sagittarius. Mars was experiencing freedom, la la land, expressing all these imaginations and visions, and trying to develop a moral system for these passions and desires. But now the Mars is going to move into Capricorn, so Mars is much more serious. Mars is much more restrictive. Mars is much more ready to build that structure. But remember this, that Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So you're going to be really overworking yourself trying to achieve that structure and business, which, and that sextile, meaning it sees opportunity with Jupiter. Jupiter is our third eye, how we expand in that psychic, mystic world of dreams and illusion. It's in Pisces. So with right now, Jupiter wants to achieve, expand, learn about the realm of mutable water, aka being flexible and adaptable to your emotions, other people's feelings, imaginations, vision, that vibey type of world. This is why Pisces, they deal with communication based on vibes and feelings and emotions. They don't deal with communication based on logic and what makes sense, like their opposite signs. Virgo. So right now, us, passions, desires in Capricorn, taking our passion, action, desires to our infrastructure, business, and what makes sense, aka our plan, is going to see opportunity with what we want to expand in when it comes to our dreams and illusions, things of that nature. So make sure that you know what dreams and illusions that you want to expand in, what type of dreams and illusions you want to bring in reality, because Jupiter, this is your chance right now. Jupiter is at home, so Jupiter is going to bring a really powerful effect, telling you, hey, you could believe, you could do that, you could believe these imaginations, these feelings. Jupiter to come in and expand these things so you can really experience these things in the mental subconscious realm first, before you bring it into the third dimension, dealing with physical material, the physical material realm and everything like that. But first, you have to visualize it. You gotta see it in the realm of emotions and visions, the lighter realms, because we as spirits and observers, we get the ability to travel through different realms. Like we got the realm of air, our communication, knowledge, ideas, our intellect, and then we got the realm of water, emotion, connection, dreams, and things of that nature. We got the realm of fire, visions, being fiery, passions, desires, being inspired, and things of that nature. We got also the realm of earth, being practical, being harsh, being cold, being dry, and things of that nature. We want that structure. So we traveling through all these different realms, and Jupiter right now is expanding that dreamy realm. So take your chances on telling yourself what you could believe and what you could achieve, because Jupiter right now is give you that energy. It's gonna give you that inspiration, and it's gonna bring experiences for you to learn about these dreams and illusions and this imagination that you want to experience. And with the sextile of Mars in Capricorn right now, you could take actions and exalt these actions and overwork yourself in Capricorn to achieve the structure and business that is sextile, seeing opportunity with your dreams and illusion. So make sure that you know what was your plan and what you were building on during all this Capricorn season before we entered Aquarius. Because in Capricorn season, this is where we're coming up with the plan, and then in Aquarius season, this is where expressing these things. This is where we take all these ideas and look how we can associate this plan with these other people, these different individuals. This is why Aquarius energy deal with being learning how to be a unique individual among other individuals and things of that nature. So definitely take advantage of the Mars moving into Capricorn and sextile in Jupiter. And Mars in 0 degree Capricorn is going to be also trining Uranus in 10 degree Taurus, and Taurus is going direct right now. So this is go time. And while Taurus was retrograding, this was really a time to pay attention, almost have a spiritual regression type of experiences where you're looking back at how you could be unique, how you could be different, how you could go left field and learn how to take these learn how to take these things dealing with Uranus to achieve that the things in the material realm that you want. Because while Uranus was retrograding for a while, we were thinking all these things. How can I make money? How can I be seen as a unique, different individual? Which is very hard because Uranus is falling in Taurus. So that's already hard by itself. So you trying to bring such a higher outer planet that's almost like nine-dimensional, because of the fact that it's like it's the outer planets and it's not closer like the sun or the moon. So when you're trying to bring that Uranus energy all the way into the third dimension, Taurus, the material realm, everything you could touch with your senses, you could really have a lot of major difficulties. And everybody was experiencing that. You could even argue that the Uranus in Taurus with the Pluto in Capricorn was one of the major alignments that created all this destruction economy and people coming up with new ways to make money, like crypto, like NFTs. You see it all the time. Little kids making a collective about NFT and then selling it for millions, because Uranus bring this strange erupt energy. Like if you understand how Mercury moves very quickly, very unpatterned, like very unorganized, it's the Hermes, the messenger of the gods, then you would understand what I'm talking about when it comes to having Uranus in Taurus, because Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So this is Mercury on crack, essentially. But either way, Mars in Capricorn, our passions, our desires, dealing right now with building our infrastructure business, is creating opportunities for Uranus in Taurus for us to achieve that originality, uniqueness when it comes to our material realm. And having Taurus going direct to is going to really bring us, help us achieve that new uniqueness with the assistance of Mars going into Capricorn, bringing that extra fiery, bringing that extra passions, bringing that extra desire, and Mars is exalting Capricorn. So definitely make sure know what type of uniqueness and originality that you want to achieve in the material realm. So you know how to utilize your Mars energy to command what you want in Capricorn, aka your 10th house, your status. When it comes to astrology, it's all about learning how to organize the mental realm in the mental subconscious realm, aka what you think and what you feel, because what you feel and you think, that's a whole different realm, and that realm manifests all the way to the physical density realm that you live in. And this is how you actually manifest your thoughts and ideas. And we do this all the time as a human, but a lot of us, we don't know how to pay attention to what's going on in our mind, and everything starts with the mind first, which should lead us to everything on our physical reality. aka, how do you think people came up with cars, fucking houses, computers? It's all start with the mind first, them as a spirit, as an observer, traveling through the multi-dimensional world of imagination, intuition, and things of that nature, and then bring them taking that thought, that idea and feeling, paying attention to it, that's harnessing it, and then they brought it into physical reality. So they brought something from the higher dimensions into the physical world. This is the same thing you're supposed to do, aka in the Bible they call it bring heaven into earth. But either way, so that's a Monday. On Tuesday, the 25th, we got the moon in 6 degrees Scorpio. It's going to be squaring the sun and Mercury in Aquarius. So the moon in 6 degree Cap, the moon in 6 degrees Scorpio. So the moon does not like to be in Scorpio. The moon is debilitated here. This is why so it's gonna play out as us emotionally reacting to fixed water, aka being fixated and determined on certain feelings and emotions that deal with the behind the scene realm, occult mysticism, or to be vulnerable and feel other people's emotions and things of that nature. But the moon is debilitated here, so we're not gonna know how to react to these fixed water. We're not gonna know how to react to these deep emotions that deal with things behind the scene, things that we're hiding. So you want to definitely watch out that the moon in Scorpio does not put you in an emotional situation where you feel dark, dense, and almost like a ice water type of feeling. Because if Cancer is the wave, and Pisces is the water bubble that we're all swimming in as a collective, then Scorpio is the ice water. It's the bottom of the water. It's the water that's hard to get out of. This is how Scorpios end up manifesting certain emotional situations that lead to things like extreme dysfunctions, because they don't know how to get out all that ice water, that emotion. This is why Mars is the home, is a ruler of Scorpio. Mars will bring in the heat, the passion, desires, to help them melt all the ice so they could express these things. They could burn through these emotions and things of that nature. So the moon in Scorpio, we're gonna be emotionally reacting to fixated water, aka we're gonna be reacting to everything that's dealing with behind the scene and dealing with vulnerabilities, and that's gonna be squaring, creating learning opportunities with what we're paying attention to and what we're thinking about in Aquarius, because the Sun and Mercury is in Aquarius, but Mercury is retrograding. So Mercury right now wants us to rethink, replan, come up with a new mindset. It's Hermes, it's Tehuti, the Egyptian god. So it wants you to think, remodel your mind when it comes to how you associate yourself, how you want to be a unique individual, how you could connect these abstract thoughts, how you could be inventive. Mercury retrograding is giving us the opportunity to rethink all these things, and depending on which house you have this is where you're putting that energy in. I have it in my third house, so I'm doing that with my siblings, my siblings, my everything dealing with close proximity, travel, and communication, even early education and curiosity and things of that nature. So the moon in Scorpio is gonna create difficulties for us to deal with these things, because the Mercury and the Sun is selective, and Mercury makes statements and declaration. So the Sun wants to pay attention to and take action to, and Mercury wants to rethink and make statements about our Aquarius, about who we're associated with, how we deal with these abstract rebellious thought. But it's gonna go through learning opportunities with Scorpio, because the moon is in Scorpio. So because we're emotionally reacting to fixed water, we're stuck in our emotional water. We are fixating certain emotions that we can't get out of it, and that will create learning opportunity as square with the Sun and Mercury in Aquarius, because the Sun and Mercury wants us to focus on association, be more logical, be more utilize that fixed air energy, be fixated in communication, analyzation, and networking. Don't be too fixated on your emotional natures, because this is not the time for it. The Sun, or what you want to call Helios, Jesus, Ra, points out for us which area of the 12 houses we need to pay attention to. And even though the moon's in Scorpio, definitely watch out for the square energy that's going on with the Sun and Mercury in Aquarius. Make sure these things going on with the moon in Scorpio does not get you too flunked out, does not get you too lost and too stuck, too lazy, so you could actually know how to approach, take actions, and rethink about these things going on with Aquarius, your association, your abstract thoughts. The moon in 6 degrees Scorpio is going to be trining Jupiter, so that's going to be a nice benefit. So while we're thinking that deeply, emotionally feeling and pondering on all these things going on with the behind the scene realm, that will create an opportunity for us to expand and achieve in that in our mutable water, aka being flexible, adaptable to other people's visions, imaginations, and emotions. And this is a nice combination, because Pisces is gonna help the moon in Scorpio to be less fixated and learn how to be more mutable. Jupiter is gonna give you that expansions and those learning opportunities when it comes to being more flexible, when it comes to your imagination, your intuition. But also the moon in Scorpio is gonna give it that like that deep intuitive energy of being fixated on one idea, on one feeling, and things of that nature. And this is where Scorpios are looked at as people who are very passionate, or people who are very determined, and things of that nature, because once they fixate on that emotion and they know what they want and they know what they need to transform, they're ready to go all out, which is gonna be good. Moon emotion reactions, dealing with fixed water, aka being fixated in the behind the scene realm, is going to create opportunity for us to learn and achieve when it comes to our dreams and illusions, aka our Pisces world, aka the dream world. Also, the moon in Scorpio is going to be in conjuncting Chiron in Aries. So the moon in Scorpio, us emotionally reacting to the fixed water, being emotionally fixated on behind the scene things, the things dealing with sex, being secretive, being vulnerable, and things of that nature. That's where the moon is right now. But that will create a major misunderstanding or a blind spot, and in conjunction with Chiron in Aries, because Chiron is right now is healing the self, is healing our self appearance, how we view ourselves, our childhood trauma, through taking actions on these things, depending on where you have your Chiron in Aries, in which house you have it. For example, I have it in my 5th house, so I gotta take actions and express these things going on with my pleasure, social life, children, sex life, being on the stage, and things of that nature. That's how Chiron and Aries is going to be able to bring that healing energy to these areas. So while we're emotionally reacting very deeply to being vulnerable and everything behind the scene, that's going to create a blind spot for Chiron and Aries to do its work. So just make sure that you're not emotionally reacting too deeply, or you too lost in the behind the scene realm. This is actually why Scorpio's energy play out through people as them making direct eye contact or having very strong eye contact, because it's spiritually or mentally first, it plays out as them paying an attention to something in the behind the scene realm, because it's a water sign, so they're trying to feel something, they understand there's something going on, and it's the 8th house, so they go to the depth of it, and it's fixed too, so they end up paying attention to this feeling and these things going on the behind the scene realm. It plays out externally as them like staring at you, or them giving you like almost like an awkward look, because the moon is debilitating Scorpio. They don't know how to react to these things, so it almost like this is why people like say Scorpios are scary or they're fucking weird and things of that nature, which I 100% agree with that. 100%. So the moon in Scorpio, emotional misunderstanding with what we need to heal and what we need to resolve. So definitely watch out for that. The moon in Scorpio is going to be also opposing Uranus and Taurus, because Uranus and Taurus is going direct, and it wants us, alright, this is time to go in to achieve that uniqueness, originality when it comes to your material realm and what makes sense. But the moon in Scorpio is more it's more in the area of, I just want to feel these emotions. I want to be vulnerable. I don't want to do more work. I want to relax, be cold, and be fixated. But it's opposing Uranus, so this is going to create major learning opportunities for us to take actions in our uniqueness and originality when it comes to the material realm. So you want to definitely make sure that the moon in Scorpio does not put you in a position to not know how to react to these things you need to achieve in Uranus in Taurus and the sun and Mercury in Aqua. So you want to make sure that moon in Scorpio does not flunk you out, but you could definitely use the moon in Scorpio energy to connect deeply to that dreams and illusion that Jupiter is expanding right now. So that's the benefit. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, the 26th of January, the moon is going to be still in Scorpio, but it's going to be 20 degrees Scorpio, so it's late degree Scorpio. And the moon in 20 degrees Scorpio is going to be moving towards a conjunction with the South Node in Scorpio. The South Node is currently in 29 degrees Scorpio, so the South Node deals with what we're detaching from, what we're letting go, our old spiritual path, aka our animalistic nature that we're trying to let go. And every time you jump into a scary situation, that's you jump and you feel like jumping back to how you used to be. This is you jumping into your South Node, and every time you start jumping towards your future, what makes sense and how what's gonna help you to detach from your past animalistic nature, your South Node, you're gonna be jumping towards your North Node, aka your future, aka how to be more of a real man in that sense. And I want to say man and things of that nature. I'm not talking about like man, women on a physical sense, but I'm talking about man means having masculine thoughts and logic, and women means having feelings and ideas. So that's what the South Node and the North Node battle is, detaching from your animalistic nature so you can move forward towards the future. And the moon moving there, having a conjunction there, it's not conjunction yet, but you're gonna feel the conjunction, because you're emotionally reacting in a very fixed, deep way, dealing with your vulnerabilities and everything, dealing with the behind the scene realm. And that's gonna do a conjunction, which is you could call that a transformation or a major reset to help you deal with all these things going on with the South Node in Scorpio. There's might be some fixed desires, things, vulnerabilities, things behind the scene that nobody knows about, that's preventing you from moving forward towards your Northern Node. And the moon in Scorpio going through that area, since the moon moves way quicker than any other planet, is giving you that emotional energy to pay attention to these things, and it's telling you, hey, this is the time for us to reset these things, to create a new emotional feeling on approaching these Scorpio like things, depending on which house you have it in. So that's the moon in Scorpio conjuncting the South Node in Scorpio. And also the moon in 20 degrees Scorpio is going to be trining Neptune in Pisces, but also trining Lilith in Cancer. So we got this nice water triune going on with Lilith too. So we're going to be emotionally reacting to fixed water, being fixated on our emotion, our vulnerability, and everything behind the scene. It could play out as us being determined and being passionate about these things. But that will create opportunities for us to reach for our dreams, illusion, Neptune in the realm of spirituality, mutable water, to be more flexible when it comes to these things. But that will also create opportunities for us to be able to deal with Lilith in Cancer, aka an extreme emotional moment where it comes to how we give birth to feelings and emotions, dealing with our domestic issues, dealing with our family, our sensitive spots. Lilith is an extreme sensitive emotion in that area. So depending on which house you have it in, this is where you experience that emotion, that Lilith energy in. So we also got the South Node in 29 degrees Scorpio sextile Mercury in Aqua and Capricorn. So the South Node, us detaching from our past animalistic natures, dealing with our fixated water, our fixated feelings, emotions, everything, dealing with the behind the scene realm, is seeing opportunity for us to detach from our South Node in Scorpio through Mercury retrograding from Capricorn, from Aquarius into Capricorn. So Mercury right now rethinking how we associate ourselves, how we want to be inventive, how we come up with these abstract thought, is retrograding, going through a regression all the way to Capricorn. So after we rethink all these thoughts dealing with rebellion, originality, is going to dip back into Capricorn, help us remodel our plan. And this Mercury in Aqua and Capricorn, this is dust energy. When you get air and earth, this is dust energy. This is practical communication. And that's going to help us by seeing opportunities for us to deal with the South Node in Scorpio. Because the South Node in Scorpio, there might be some scary stuff. There might be extreme emotional stuff, vulnerabilities, that the Mercury in Scorpio gives us the right thoughts, the right ideas to approach it. Since Aquarius and Capricorn energy really deals with, specifically Aquarius, being mentally in the mental realm, being highly logical. Like, if you're being emotional around the Aquarius, like Aquarius does not want that. The Aquarius wants to deal with 100% the thought realm, association, and logic. And Aquarius might run away from you. And the moon in Scorpio is going to be also squaring Saturn in Aqua. So Saturn and Aqua, this is us taking structure, creating boundaries and maturity and responsibility in Aqua, in the realm of fixated thought, the realm of networking, the realm of ideas, the realm of bringing my thoughts into reality. This is why Saturn rules Aquarius. Saturn wants to bring these things into existence. It wants to give them structure. It wants to create boundaries for them. This is how it plays out as Aquarius, as them creating different association, different groups. But that's going to major learning situation, a square learning opportunities with our emotional nature, which is right now in Scorpio, fixed water. It's not the time to be fixated, to be emotionally fixated on any vulnerabilities, unless you're being emotionally fixated on a goal and a desire that you want to achieve. Because Saturn and Capricorn and Aquarius, 14 degree Aquarius, It's telling us, hey, you need to take structure, you need to take responsibility, you need to get limitation, constriction around your abstract thought, around your association. Look at the people who makes the most sense, the ideas that makes the most sense, the ideas that's inventive, that is unique, even though it could be rebellious, it could still serve humanity. Aquarius, the person who bears the water. And we also got the moon in Scorpio is going to be obviously opposing the North Node in Taurus. So some of our emotional reaction dealing with fixed water and everything dealing with behind the scene realm is going to go a major situation, learning opportunities, learning opportunity when it comes to what we need to achieve for our spiritual path, dealing with the North Node being in 29-degree 29-degree in Taurus, our spiritual path, our future, want us to focus on the material realm, wants us to focus on gaining the money opportunities, work on these values and things of that nature. And I know with everything that's going on, it could be extremely difficult to achieve the material realm, but this is the whole point. The whole point is for us to create this material realm. The whole point for us to figure out for our new way for us to achieve this money, these earning abilities and things of that nature, because Pluto and Capricorn is destroying all these things, so there's no looking back. And Uranus is helping you achieve that uniqueness and originality, but Uranus is right there with the North Node in Taurus, so it's gonna feel crazy. It's gonna feel like sudden changes erupt, everything going crazy, and it might make you even nervous and things of that nature. So you definitely want to watch out for it. You definitely want to watch out for it. The moon in Scorpio opposing the North Node in Taurus for Wednesday. Man, this is a longer video. I'm trying to make this video like 30 minutes, but it went way longer than I expected. On Thursday, the 27th of January, we're gonna have the moon would have moved into Sagittarius, so it's gonna be in 0-degree Sagittarius, and it's gonna be trining Aries, but also a trining Neptune. Neptune in Pisces, which is you might think that's wrong or that's crazy, because Pisces is a water sign, while Aries is a fire sign, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. And how can they be trining? It's going to be trining based on degree, because the moon is just getting out of Scorpio, and it's 4 degrees in Sagittarius, so you can still feel that fire water energy. Though the Parliament calls it steamy energy, where they can come up with a lot of steam, ghost, golems, and ideas like that in their own mind, and they be talking to these things, yo. So fire and water, steam energy. So the moon in Sagittarius in 4 degrees Sagittarius is gonna be because you gotta remember things trine and square based on degree. If we want to be more specific, as opposed to just looking at the elements. So the moon in Sagittarius, the moon is going to want us to emotionally react in a mutable way of expressing our visions, imagination, intuition, which tends to be very broad-minded, philosophical. This is why Sagittarius, they end up developing broad conclusion about philosophy and things of that nature, because they take the fire realm, the energy of fire, imagination, intuition, and they add the modality of mutable. So it blurs out the line of existence of how far they could go in their imagination and their visions. This is why the Sagittarius or the 9th house is associated with long distance travel or like trips and things of that nature. But it plays out both mentally and plays out physically. It plays out mentally as them going through long distance travels with their own imaginations, their own intuitions. And this is why Sagittarius, they have wild ass thoughts, wild ass imaginations, and they can't express these things because Mercury is naturally debilitated in Sagittarius. And if you ever hear Sagittarius talk, you would say this guy is out of his fucking mind, because half of these fire signs, they don't know how to take their imagination, intuition, their fire, and make it more logical. This is why air and earth sign, they're gonna be looking at fire signs as flunked out. But this is why we could look at fire signs as being inspiring, motivating, being the flame of God and things of that nature, because they bring literally the fire of God into earth. But either way, so we're gonna be emotionally reacting to mutable fire, being flexible, adaptable when it comes to our visions, imagination, which tend to produce a broad-minded conclusion about philosophy and things of that nature, and that will create opportunity for Carrion in Aries to heal itself. So Carrion is gonna be able to work on Aries, our self appearance, how we view ourselves, how we initiate such a certain images, feelings, and things of that nature, because Aries deal with initiation of feelings and initiation of visions, ideas, and feelings and things of that nature, and expressing them. But Carrion and Aries is like, hey, telling you, we gotta heal this, we gotta work on this, we gotta work on maybe you're being too sensitive, oversensitive to criticism when it comes to yourself and things of that nature. And the moon in Sagittarius is gonna really bring that element of flexibility and adaptability and wisdom and knowledge into creating opportunities for Carrion to heal Aries. But also it's gonna be trining Neptune and Pisces, so we're gonna be that will also create opportunities for us to experience these dreams, these illusions, these transcendental experiences when it comes to the way we connect emotionally with the whole collective. So definitely there's gonna be some good ass energy. Utilize it. By utilize it, I mean you're gonna be naturally creating certain thoughts and feelings that are associated with certain zodiacs, houses, alignments. But the more you could pay attention and put energy into these alignments and trying to replicate the universe in your way of thinking, aka coming up with your own thoughts and feelings, then you could do the same thing, aka match what's happening on heaven, bring it all the way to earth. But it's a very subtle things, and it takes a long time actually to learn it. That's why it's very hard to talk about these things, which is what Dolo the Parliament talks about, the subconscious community. Man, he be talking about some crazy ass shit, like the real masonry, the real occult, the real behind the scene world, the real fourth and fifth dimension. But either way, the moon in 4 degrees Sagittarius is going to be squaring Jupiter. So while we're emotionally reacting to expressing these mutable visions and imagination that dealing with philosophy, wisdom, and knowledge, that is going to go through major learning opportunities when it comes to Jupiter in Pisces, because Jupiter in Pisces wants to expand these dreams and illusions, first to receive them and then expand them so we could experiencing them in the mental dream world first. And then the moon in Sagittarius is going to bring the square energy of sometimes being too impulsive, too much of a risk taker to express these things emotionally. But these things we could be still visualizing, dreaming, and building on when it comes to the subconscious mind in Jupiter and Pisces. So you want to definitely watch out for that. The moon in Sagittarius does not make you too risk taker, make you too much of an impulsive person that you don't know how to approach these dreams and illusions. So just take your time. Take your time, because Pisces and Sagittarius, both of them are ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, but Sagittarius, they express Neptune and Jupiter, they express their dreams and illusion, and they don't like to receive these things because they don't like to stay still, they don't like to take orders and things of that nature. They want to go out and experience these things and then develop the knowledge and wisdom, while Pisces is the opposite. They want to receive dreams and illusion, they want to receive knowledge and wisdom so they know what to do. So Sagittarius express Jupiter and Neptune, Pisces receive Jupiter and Neptune. So watch out. The moon in Sagittarius is going to be sextiling the sun in 7 degree Aqua. So while we're going to be emotionally reacting obviously to expressing mutable fire, being expressing that mutable visions, imagination, intuition that deal with knowledge, wisdom, being philosophical and whatnot, being broad-minded. That's going to see opportunity for us to be selective and take actions on our association, our abstract thoughts, our fixated realm of air, how we network with people, because the moon in Sagittarius is going to bring the energy of liberal wisdom and being wise, and also that fun aspect of the fire energy where it could help you color in and create visions and imaginations for it to be directed through the sextile with the sun in Aqua, because the sun in Aqua is focusing on building an association, focusing on us being a humanitarian, revolutionary, inventive. But air energy could be quite boring and quite not sustainable. So the moon in Sagittarius could bring in that flavor, the imagination, intuition, aka mixing air, logic, communication, thinking with visions of mutable visions and imagination. That's a good That's a good energy. So moon in Sagittarius, sextile sun in Aqua. On Friday is Venus Day. This is the way we love and appreciate. Compared to Thursday is the time for Jupiter, wisdom, knowledge, experiencing. And then before that we got Mercury. Mercury is the day of communication, knowledge, aka becoming more like Hermes, Tehuti, and connecting and things of that nature. And then the Monday we got the Moon Day, where we're chilling, relaxing, taking a rest, reflecting these things that we're doing on Sunday, aka Sunday, that where we express our creativity. Jesus Day, Helios Day, aka Krishna Day, whatever you want to call it. This is what you're actually supposed to do on Sunday. But either way, on Friday, on the 28th, the moon's going to be in 29 degrees Sagittarius, is going to be squaring Neptune. So we're still going to be emotionally reacting to expressing this mutable vision, imagination, and intuition, dealing with knowledge and wisdom. But it's going to go through major learning opportunities with the dreams and illusion that we're receiving from Neptune and Pisces. So you definitely want to make sure that that you know what type of dreams, illusions that you want to express emotionally, and know what type of dreams and illusion that you're receiving from Neptune and Pisces. Because Neptune and Pisces, you're receiving that, and the moon is Sagittarius, you're reacting to mutable fire and expressing these things. So it's gonna play out as like a tug of war of you, whether you know what type of imagination, dreams, and illusions that you are actually following. Do you know actually what you want? Because both Sagittarius and Pisces, both of them are mutable signs. So mutable energy could blur out the line of existence for anything depending on the element. With Pisces, it blur out the line of existence for emotions and feeling and connected. This is where they go so far to connect with people, and when people don't connect back with them, they get flunked out and they don't understand these things because they went so far for it. And Sagittarius is mutable fire, so they go so far in expressing these dreams, illusions, what could be very unrealistic to other people. So that's a lot of mutable energy. You don't definitely want to watch out. But you could, if you are a person who knows how to travel in the mental subconscious world, you could enjoy these dreams and illusion and know which one you want to express and which one you would like to receive. The sun in 8 degree Aqua is going to be in conjuncting Lilith in Cancer. So Lilith in Cancer, that's an extreme emotional moment relating to something we're sensitive about, something related to our home, domestic issues, our heart, a soft spot, and Lilith being right there, we might have almost like an embarrassing moment in that area. And the sun wants us to focus, take action on building our fixated thought, our association, our abstract thoughts, our inventive may go through a misunderstanding in conjunction with a Lilith, because Aquarius are focused on association, building for humanity, and things of that nature, while Cancer is all the way in summer season, concerned about making itself feel comfortable, making itself feel feel at home and things of that nature. But right now the sun wants us to focus on building association. So you want to definitely pay attention to the fact that while you're trying to pay attention to your association, so while you're definitely paying attention and building on these abstract thoughts, you want to definitely make sure that stuff going on with Lilith in Cancer does not flunk you out or make you feel too scared, too vulnerable, and things of that nature. Watch out for that, because we want to pay attention to Aquarius energy. We want to pay attention to our abstract thought. We want to pay attention to our association, how we could connect with the whole collective. Then Saturday, which is January the 29th, the moon is going to be in 0 degree Capricorn, sextile in Jupiter and Pisces. So our emotional nature is going to be very restrictive. It's going to be very harsh. It's in the realm of Capricorn. It's a realm of, this is the time for me to get emotionally serious about my business, my plan, the type of boundaries and restriction we would like to receive, which is sextiling. Is going to see an opportunity for us to expand, achieve Jupiter and Pisces, our dreams and illusion. So this is a really good energy. But when Saturday comes, Saturday deals with Sabbath day. It deals with work, routine, structure, and things of that nature. This is why the Jews and other cultures like to celebrate, but the Jews specifically like to celebrate the Sabbath energy, the energy of where God rested, and God rested here in the crown chakra. Aries, the first house. But if you spend too much energy in Aries, the first house, Saturn falls here. So overwork the brain and nervous system. You may not know how to take action when it comes to Saturn like things, creating boundaries, restriction, because Aries deal with expressing visions and imaginations, and Saturn is naturally debilitated there. So you don't know how to take structure, responsibility, and create boundaries with these visions and imagination, because Aries mentality is almost like a light is they're always going up, carnal. That's it. So the moon in Capricorn is gonna help us to be more emotionally responsible, to be more emotionally restrictive, so we could take actions and initiate these Jupiterian experiences when it comes to our dreams and illusions. But also the moon in Capricorn, us dealing with initiation, our feeling and emotion, and our infrastructure, our business, what makes sense. Our plan is going to create opportunities for us to achieve uniqueness and originality in Taurus, because Uranus is obviously falling in Taurus, so it's very hard for us to achieve that uniqueness, originality in the material realm, and everyone was struggling with that. But the moon moving into Capricorn is like right now you're emotionally in the right spot to be restrictive, be harsh, become serious. This is why people with moon Capricorn are very serious, and a lot of people think they're almost like old people in children bodies and things of that nature, because they're how serious they are, but they are very responsible. Moon in Capricorn. So the moon in Capricorn is great opportunities for us to achieve uniqueness and originality when it comes to our fixed material realm, aka our how we earn money, our values, and things of that nature. But also the moon in Capricorn is gonna be the moon in 3-degree Capricorn is gonna be in conjuncting the Mars in Capricorn. So and in conjunction, this is a reset. This is a power up, and this power up we're going through is dealing with our emotions, dealing with building and creating businesses and structures, is creating a power up, a conjunction with Mars, because right now Mars is our passions, our desires, the one that commands, is in the same realm of our emotions. So yeah, masculine and feminine coming together for Capricorn, coming in for initiating cardinal earth, that boundaries and restriction we would like to receive in our material realm. So I really like this energy gonna go on Saturday. Saturday is definitely gonna have a very serious tone when it comes to achieving that material realm, the structure that you would like to receive. But also the moon in Capricorn is going to be squaring Chiron in Aries. So the moon also emotionally reacting to Capricorn like things, building infrastructure, business, and you're gonna the moon is naturally debilitated in Capricorn because the Capricorn is opposite to Cancer. So the moon is not like to be in Capricorn, because Capricorn is very harsh, dry, winter season. Think about what happened in winter season. People become very harsh, people become very cutthroat. Why? Because this is the beginning of winter, because the hardest part of winter is the middle portion of winter, which is Aquarius energy. And before we reach that middle portion of winter, aka the cold weather, things of that nature, we better build an infrastructure, a business, a house we could survive in for the winter season. This is why the whole wheel is built this way and things of that nature. But the moon in Capricorn is going to be squaring Chiron and Aries. So while we're emotionally reacting to building these infrastructure, this business, and creating these boundaries and restriction, that's going to go through learning opportunities with Chiron and Aries, because Chiron and Aries might be dealing with some sort of issues that with vulnerabilities that you need to learn how to heal first, so you could actually create these learning opportunities when it comes to taking action on your business. Because while you emotionally react to taking actions on your business and things of that nature, you might have certain things going on with Chiron and Aries that's preventing you from doing that. For example, I have Chiron and Aries in my 5th house, so things going on with I gotta heal the ways I have to go about expressing myself, my ways of wanting to be on the stage, my social life, children, creativity, sex, and things of that nature. I gotta work on these things, heal these things, tell myself I could do it. I may have felt like I don't have a sense of creativity. So Chiron and Aries right there saying, hey, you could heal these things, you could work on these things, and you might end up being one of the most creative people when it comes to your 5th house, if you're willing to go through that square energy going on with Chiron and Aries and moon in Capricorn, because the moon in Capricorn is going to be restricted based on what's happening with Aries. And finally, on Sunday the 30th, the moon in Capricorn, the moon is going to be in 28 degrees, so still in Capricorn. It's going to be creating opportunity for our north node. So we're going to be emotionally reacting to initiating cardinal earth, what's practical, what makes sense, our structure, what's going to create opportunity for us to be able to go through our spiritual path. And the spiritual path is dealing with achieving that fixed material earth energy, which is what we really want. And the moon's like, I feel like I can initiate this plan. I'm feeling this type of business. I'm feeling I want this type of status, and that will create an opportunity, a terrain for us to achieve North Node in Taurus. The moon in Capricorn is going to be also opposing Lilith in Cancer. So while you're reacting emotionally to all these things, there might be major learning opportunities and difficulties coming in from Lilith in Cancer. So because Lilith in Cancer, you might have like an extreme emotional moment. It's something dealing with nurturing yourself or domestic issues that you have to take care of first, so you could actually emotionally react to initiate that business, that infrastructure, and things of that nature. So definitely watch out where you have Lilith in Cancer and the moon in Capricorn, because the moon is debilitating in Capricorn. So you don't want to be too cutthroat. You don't want to be too Capricorn-like, because Capricorn energy is actually what leads into capitalism and things of that nature. People leaving their family, their home, their emotion, things of that nature for Capricorn. aka you could see it in the world. Everybody want to chase their money while forgetting their home, their house, their family, their soft spot, their aka earth energy. And finally, we also have Venus is going to finish retrograding in 11-degree Capricorn. So Venus is what we love, what we appreciate, what we indulge in. That include anything. That include females, drugs, sex, food, working out, all that. Venus has a lot of Luciferian, I don't want to say Luciferian energy, but whatever we indulge in, because Venus is the five-pointed star, and we want to keep it a five-pointed star, because if we start to indulging too much on these desires, these indulgence on what we appreciate, the five-pointed star become inverted, and then it turns to the Baphomet, Lucifer. It turns to us chasing and worshiping these appreciation, these desires, what we love to receive. So you want to definitely watch out for that, because Venus and retrograding in Capricorn is really getting us in a very serious spot when it comes to what we love, appreciate, and indulge in. Because right now Venus is very sparkly, is very la la land, is very beautiful, but Venus around in Capricorn, it wants to be serious, it wants you to be practical, it wants you to be harsh, cold on these Venus-like things. This is not the time to indulge. It's not the time to spend our time appreciating and all that lovey-dovey type of things. This is time to put all your love, your appreciation towards that plan, the infrastructure, these boundaries you would like to receive in Capricorn. And Venus finishing retrograding at 11-degree Capricorn is this is the time. You thought about these things, you remodeled, reorganized your love matter. So this is not go time, because Venus is gonna start going direct after this. So definitely a good week. I'm really feeling these energies, and definitely put yourself to work.